Today we got a Vickers light game on Dynasty's Pearl. I'm thinking I want to go to the park, but it looks like the majority of the enemy team and our team are heavy tanks, and we have 2 mice on our team, so I'm going to assume that we might have to run because we're not going to have very much support on the park side.
Up and at 'em, lads.
Here I'm heading to an initial position that allows me to get multiple spotting angles of their light tanks crossing, and if I go unspotted and then peek it again, I can potentially spot heavy tanks that might be going to the park side as well, telling me if I would need to run. I'm not keen on taking a shot from the Sheridan here because he does a lot of damage, so I rush my shot because I just assume that he's looking at me to be safe. And then I see that we have a tank advantage here, so I'm not too worried about trading with an STB because he only does 350 damage per shot, and I want to rush these guys as quickly as we can so we can go and support our heavy tanks. Waiting here serves 2 purposes. If the STB pushes over the top of that ridge to push our IS-7, I can still support him, and I'm trying to see if this Sheridan is going to cross in front of me. Also, I'm making a rotational play, so I want to do that while I'm unspotted so that it's more of a surprise to the enemy team. So I get up here, try to track a Sheridan, but it's very hard to track a Sheridan, so obviously that doesn't work out for me. Now we have a pretty good position here, and we can start using this tank's main advantage, which is his HESH rounds. The STB here seems content just letting us continually HESH his side, so I'm going to keep taking advantage of it, and I don't really care if I trade, because his 320 damage shot is nothing to my almost 400 damage high explosive shots. Another note here is that if you look at the minimap, you can see the STB has just driven into a terrible position. If he drove out through an encounter cap when he crossed that ridgeline, he would be on the enemy side and his friendly team side of the map, but now he's between multiple tanks, and that's just driven into a huge crossfire. The FV is able to drive up behind him and finish him. Here we're trying to drive through mid to get some crossfire on their overextended heavies, and we happen to catch out the Sheridan and get a free kill there. As we drive forward, we see a mouse in mid who's trying to angle to multiple people at once. So I try to take advantage of that, but unfortunately the FV doesn't really get out of my way, and I take almost 500 damage for that. Now that I know he's fired, I can try to shoot back at him, but it's a mouse, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to penetrate his armor.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Now that he's fired, I'm going to take advantage of that and try to take the pillar in the center of encounter cap. And I've been watching the situation for a little bit and see that they only have 4 tanks, so I know that I can push up here and not have to worry about somebody coming up through the road to my left there and countering my position here.
Enemy is hit.
Now this T-57 has made a huge mistake and has driven into a 3-tank crossfire, so I'm going to put my HESH to some use here and start taking shots into the rear of him while we can take advantage of his mistake. Once he realizes that he's in a crossfire, he's going to drive out of it, so you want to take advantage of those situations as soon as you can before the enemy realizes that they're in a bad spot.
Enemy hit.
This is just cleanup. We're just farming the rest of their team here and get a track shot off so we can try to get as much assist if anybody shoots him. And I don't know what my issue is, but unless I can directly see a Ho-Ri, I never know what their armor profile is. But he just fired, so we're going to try to rush to him before he gets far enough down this road where I would have to take 2 shots to get to him. He tracks us luckily there. In this shot, we really need to hit the track, otherwise he is going to kill us. We eventually get the track and get behind him, and our team finishes off. So I'd say the Vickers Light is still a good light tank. It's not a effective medium tank like it used to be, but that's a good thing because it is a light tank and not a medium tank. So I hope you guys enjoyed and have a good day.